Hi everybody, it's Kara and Peanut here coming from our bathroom in sunny San Marcos, California, and I am going to help you learn how to do your own root retouch. And hopefully we have minimal interruptions from animals. If you know me, you know I have lots of them. So if you hear a dog bark in the background, I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to put little Peanut down, we're going to wash our hands, and we're going to do a root touch-up. Here we go. Okay, so we all know the importance of washing our hands. You want to wash your hands before you do your hair color too, because you could have little tiny abrasions and such on your forehead, and you want to on your scalp, and you want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean. So we wash, we dry, and now let's go over everything that comes in your kit. So you've purchased the kit. It was $45 to have it, or to pick it up, and $50 to have it delivered. And here's what comes in your kit. Let's start with some, there's a little bag here of these snag safe hair ties. They are wonderful for keeping your hair nice and safe when it's in a pony. They don't drag the hair out or cause damage. And then I threw in a couple little Amica oil treatments for everybody. It's just a nice little nourishing oil for after your color treatment, and we'll go over that a little bit more later. You have your bottle of developer. It's a small bottle. The numbers will be different depending upon what your custom formulation is. For most people, gray coverage is going to require a 10 volume. You'll have 3 pairs of gloves, disposable. Usually I use reusables, but in this day and age, we're going to throw them all away. So you have a tint bowl, some sectioning hair clips, which we'll take out of the package now. And this is your color, and here is your tint brush. The only thing that I do not have, which you would need, is either a kitchen scale or something to measure out an ounce. So I have a kitchen scale here. I also put down a towel just to keep my workspace clean. You don't want to get color on your countertop. It is a bear to get out. So we're going to start very simply by sectioning out our hair. So we're going to remove our ponytail, our nice little snag safe ponytail holder, and we're going to give our hair a very light brushing. You don't want to brush it too hard right before you color, because you'll stimulate the scalp, and that could cause your scalp to get agitated with the color on it, especially with higher volume developers. Like I said, most people will use a 10 volume, so it wouldn't agitate you too much, but it still is uncomfortable if you brush your hair too vigorously before you color. So just getting the tangles out works, and getting it all down and in place. Yes, this is not clean hair. A lot of people, when they get their hair colored, they think it's better to come with dirty hair. It really doesn't matter. You just don't want freshly shampooed hair, because again, freshly shampooed hair means that you recently were scratching at your scalp, and your scalp will get irritated. So you also don't want your hair overly dirty. It's totally a myth that the dirtier the hair, the more the color sticks. You're actually just coating the hair with your natural oils, which is going to make it harder for the color to penetrate. So, next day hair, 2-day hair, whatever your normal routine is, don't wash it the day you're going to color it, and don't wait a week to wash it before you color it, okay? So then we're going to unbag our tint brush, and we'll use this part to section. You want to section before you mix the color, because the color works best in the first 10 minutes of after it being mixed. It is especially important for people who have gray hair, because that's the time that your hair, the developer softens your cuticle and make it so the color penetrates. So if you get your hair done with me, would normally have your color already mixed, but I'm super speedy like that. So you are going to take a little bit more time to do this, so let's do it before we mix the color, okay? Okay, so we're going to go straight down the middle and part down the middle. Okay, pretty simple. It doesn't have to be perfect. Part down the middle. Okay. Then we're going to do a part from the crown of your head down to your ear. And a good trick for that is to hold your finger by your ear. You can't see that I'm doing it, but I am. Go from the point that you want to start sectioning, and then follow it to your finger When you have your finger there already, it will kind of meet itself. So you put your finger there and then you section this out. Okay, so here's your section. We're going to twist this up out of the way and we're going to clip it. And I hear my dog's playing in the bed. Yeah, that's Finny. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. Hopefully you can see me all right. We're going to go straight down to the ear. And we're going to section this side. Twist it, clip it up out of the way. Okay, Finny, thank you. And that's that. Now we're going to do the back. So we're going to again go from the top here. And we're going to go straight to the back. My thumb is down at the back face of my neck. And we're going to part it. You stop barking right now. And then we're going to twist that out of the way. Little trick, the side that you think is going to be the most difficult is the side you want to start at first. Because that's when you have the most energy and the most gumption. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to color my hair. And then if you start with the easiest section and then move on to the hardest by the end, you're like, why am I doing this? Why didn't I just go get my hair colored? Well, right now you can't. So make it easier on yourself. Start with the most difficult side first, okay? So, we have our hair clipped up. We have a section here. Now let's mix our color. So we're going to take our tint bowl and we're going to measure out. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't need a touch-up. I'm just going to demonstrate, okay? You open up your hair color box and it has one of those little puncture. I wish you could see the dogs playing in the bed right now. Has one of those little puncture tops. So go ahead and puncture it. And you're going to put 1 ounce of the tube of color into your bowl. Okay, 1 ounce. Got it? Then you're going to tie this cap up nice and tight because it will last for 3 applications. And you want to keep it nice and tight so it doesn't oxidize. So once that's in there, you can set that aside for later. Okay? Now you're going to do 1.5 ounces of the developer. Get that? 1.5. So you've done 1 ounce of the color, 1.5 ounces of developer. So you unscrew it, pour it in your bowl, and then make sure this gets screwed on really well too. This will start to, over time, actually become water as it oxidizes. So to keep it fresh, you want to make sure that you tighten it really well. Then these will go under your bathroom counter in a cool, dry place. And they will last you for months, okay? So those will go away. And then we'll put on our gloves. Putting on the gloves. Putting on the gloves. Okay. So once you're gloved up, you're going to start mixing the product. So I start by kind of pushing the tint brush into the color. It kind of emulsifies it a little bit. And you start pressing, pressing, pressing. Yes, use your imagination here. And then you start stirring and press and stir. You want to make sure that it's completely incorporated so that there's not little chunky pieces and such. So just mix, 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 mix until it's all done. Scrape off some of the sides, dip it in, and then you let the fun begin. Now, if you're lucky enough to have someone at home to help you with the back, it surely would be helpful, okay? So if you can have a friend, family member, husband, yes, husband, you can do it, or girlfriend, or daughter, or whoever help you, it would be easiest. So you're going to start by applying it to the hardest section that we talked about, and let's see if you can see this. So basically what you want to do is only apply it to the regrowth, and you're going to kind of tap up, 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 and you're going to do the down the middle part. So back, 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 and then you'll start taking about sections as wide as your finger. Okay, so about half an inch to 3/4, depending upon the thickness of your hair. If you have really, really thick hair, you're going to want to take smaller sections. If you have really fine hair, you can be a little bit more forgiving. So you're going to go in and you're going to tap, 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 and you're going to just color your roots. You can obviously not see behind your head. I can't either. It's not any magic formula to help you make it good. This is meant to be a temporary help, not a perfect, scenario here. If you have the ability to stick a mirror behind you, if you don't have someone to help you, that would be awesome. But you just keep going, and you tap, tap, and you put it on there. Now I'm going to show you from the front because it'll be easier for me to see and to demonstrate a few extra tidbits on how to do that. So, my dogs are going to play the entire time I'm doing this. That's okay, this is life. So then when you get to the top, so now let's say all this part is done in the back. Okay, I lost you guys for a second, but I'm back. So, where I was at was a trick to make sure that you don't cause any overlap or get that little dark line of demarcation is to tap instead of drag. So rather than dragging it through your hair, you're gonna just simply tap the color onto your roots. So we're gonna tap, 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 and then you're gonna take your next section like this, and you're gonna tap, 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 and you're gonna continue going backward in diagonal back sections, tap, 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 until you get all the way to the front of your hair. Okay, diagonal back sections. See this? Straight back. This is the easiest way to apply it yourself. Straight back. It's okay if there's a little lump. No one's gonna know. Okay? You're gonna keep going backward until you get all the way to the front of your ear. Okay? And you're gonna just keep making sure that you get all that section there. And then I would give yourself a little extra right around the front of your face. Make sure you get those baby hairs. And you can kind of push this back out of your way, and then you move on to the next side, okay? So you start taking diagonal back sections. Same thing, you're gonna go from the back this time instead of the front. And there's my section. Tap, tap, tap. Start from the back. Take about 3/4 of an inch sections, okay? Pull backward, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And you're gonna continue to go all the way through your hair. Doo, 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 doo. For the back sections, if I didn't clarify before, you can take straight across sections for whoever's helping you. They don't have to be a diagonal, just take them straight across the back. Very simple. This just makes it, the placement of doing it like this just makes it easier for you to get the hair out of the way so that you can apply the color. Okay, so you'll do the same thing all the way up until your ear. Give these hairs a little extra, all those little baby hairs, and you're good. So then when you're done, you want to tie up your hair with one of the plastic clips. Don't use any metal clips. It will react poorly with the color. So you're going to put your hair up in one of these nice little plasticky clips. And then you're all done. Now at this point, don't cover it with a bag. Don't apply heat to it in any way. No blow dryers or anything. Heat will accelerate the color, but it will also dry out the color, which will make it less... it'll make it work less, actually. And placing a bag on it, for this kind of color application, it doesn't work. This color needs to oxidize, which means it needs the oxygen from the air in order to fully develop. So you don't even want to like press it too far. Like, don't comb it into your head. Just tie it gently up, put it in your little plastic clip, and we're going to let it sit for 40 minutes, okay? So during that time, you remove your gloves, throw them out, and you can wash out your tint bolt and brush. They can be used over and over again. Just rinse them and then give them a hold, please. Stop it. I'm back with all the dogs and the cat. Okay. Wash them with soap, water, and then dry them, and they can go back into your kit, and keep them with your developer and tint brush, and you're good to go for next time. Take all your extra gloves and set them aside, and your clips. So you'll wait 40 minutes before you rinse. Technically you can leave it on for longer, but it's not going to provide any extra benefits by leaving it on longer. So you might as well just wash it off at 40 minutes. Color is designed to just stop working at the time when it's supposed to. So by leaving it on, you're just allowing extra chemicals to sit on your head. It really doesn't do anything beneficial. I know there's a lot of people that think, well, if it's going to be good on for 40 minutes, it'll probably be great on for 60 minutes. Finny, can you get off my camera? Let me show you Finny. He's very jealous that I'm not giving him any attention right now. Hi, I'm supposed to have hair color in my hair right now. Can you guys go play, please, and not be noisy? I love you. Can I have a kiss? Okay, go bye. Go bye. See ya. Okay. So 40 minutes, don't leave it on any longer. Leaving it on for 10 minutes longer doesn't do anything. Just go ahead and rinse it out. At the 35-minute mark, however, what I like to do is take a little tiny bit of shampoo and rub it in between my fingers and start to work some of the color off of my skin. Do not apply water at this point. The water makes it like penetrate the skin even worse. And so a little bit of shampoo, and actually the color itself will help remove it from your scalp. So the color, in this case, actually removes the color. So you take a little bit of shampoo and you just kind of work it from where the color is all along your little hairline. Get as much out as you can now, and then you can take a warm washcloth and wipe the rest of that color away. And then if you have any residual color after you shower on your scalp, you can use a tiny bit of toothpaste. You don't want to rub it in too hard. It is abrasive, but that abrasiveness will help to remove some of the stain. And toothpaste is naturally whitening, so it'll help kind of brighten that area as well. So once you're done taking it off of your skin, 40 minutes is up, and you're going to rinse. You can rinse it upside down in your kitchen sink, in your bathtub. Make sure you keep your eyes closed for obvious reasons. I do it, and it's a little bit of a stretch, but I do it in the shower, and I literally like back bend into the water like this, and I just make sure that I get it all until the water's running clear, until I, shampoo it normally. Now you can do that one of two ways. You don't have to shampoo your hair after you color it. Mixing some warm water in with the color itself and then emulsifying it will do the same thing as shampooing your hair. When you come to a salon, everybody wants to get their hair shampooed, so that's why we do it. But you're actually better off by not shampooing it. You just have to make sure that you fully remove all the color from the hair, so it's a long rinse, okay? So you rinse and rinse and rinse. You want to make sure that you pay extra attention to this area here. Color tends to collect back there as well as behind your ears. So you want to make sure you rinse that all really well. Water is running completely clear. If you do feel like you just can't quite get all that color out, a little bit of shampoo gently is fine. You just don't want to, again, agitate the head by overly scrubbing it. So a fingertip shampoo, okay? Fingertips, not nails, okay? So, once you're done doing that, then, I know, Finny, it's so exciting that I'm talking to nobody. You can take a little bit of your Amica oil from your kit. This is a product that I used to sell. I now sell Loma, but I had a bunch of these samples, and so I wanted to hook you guys up. It's a great oil. I love Loma now. It's like my world, my hair world. But the Amica's good too. It smells really fragrant. It's a little bit heavy, so just a couple drops at a time. And that is just applied after you are done showering. You can condition if you want after coloring, but you don't have to even do that. Usually the color kind of coats the hair and you're okay without it. But if your hair gets really tangly, you might want to condition the ends a little bit. So then after you towel dry your hair, you can apply a couple drops of the Amica oil, and then we will go ahead and brush out our hair with our wet brush. If you don't already have a wet brush, you need to invest in a wet brush. They have very, very flexible, hello, where's my mind now? Oh, the bristles. The bristles are very flexible, yes. What happened was I had made an entire video and it cut off halfway through, so now I'm having to do it again and try to remember all the things I touched base on without being repetitive, so that's fun. Anyway, so you're going to want to brush it out with something like a wet brush. The flexible bristles help keep your hair from getting snagged if it's tangled. Start from the bottom and work your way up. These things are amazing. Everybody has to have a wet brush. And if you don't have a wet brush, guess who you can order them from? Me. They also work really well when your hair is dry. I actually use it for blow drying also because I wrap my hair. If you don't know what that is, if you have medium hair that's slightly wavy, by wrapping your hair, this is what I do. Wrapping your hair and blow drying like this will help make your hair straight without making it flat. And then you go this way. So you're using the round of your head to blow dry your hair and kind of smooth it out. And you can go up like this. And this wet brush is really good for that because it doesn't get snagged in your hair. It's smooth and it's a nice paddle, so it's really good at creating that smoothness when you wrap it around your head. also flip it upside down, give it a little body, do all that kind of stuff. And then what I like to do is I use this also with my flat iron. So I'll take part of my hair and I'll have the flat iron handy, and I'll use this to untangle my hair as I flat iron, pressing and then pulling down. It makes it nice and smooth, and so your hair doesn't get kinked into the flat iron, because if it does that, it looks really super funky. You can see it, and it's damaging also. What you're essentially doing is taking a hair that's bent and pressing it with 450-degree heat into the flat iron. So keeping it untangled while you flat iron is really good. So again, I get the hair into the brush like this, flat iron here, and then drag it through, okay? So, if you need a wet brush, I have them. You just let me know if you want to include that into your order, or if you want to order them separately, I'm okay with that too. They also make a shine brush, which is the same flexible bristles, but it has boar bristles in between. This is really good for brushing your hair in the evening because it distributes your natural oils and helps keep the hair nice and healthy. And it feels really good. It's really like soft and nourishing on the scalp. So I highly suggest both of them. They make other types of brushes too. If you have a really super thick curly hair and you want to straighten it, they make this giant paddle brush. You let me know and I'll send you pictures. And they're just really good brushes to have on hand, and they're inexpensive and last forever. Another thing, if you need any Loma products, I'm not fully stocked on everything, but I do have some of the favorites like calming cream, which everybody could use a little bit of right now, right? And dry shampoo. I mean, who needs to take a shower every single day when you're sitting at home doing nothing? So if you want a little dry shampoo or some other products, just let me know. Like I said, I'm not fully stocked in everything, but I have some essentials. I'm unable to order anything else right now because of what's going on, but I have plenty of stuff. So if you need something, let me know and I'll try to get it to you in one way or another, okay? All right, everybody, that concludes our little informative video. If you have any additional questions, please reach out. I am happy to help you any step of the way. And I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you for supporting the salon. It's going to be tough for everybody in the coming weeks, but we're here for you in every way we can be. And we hope that when this is all over, that you continue to support the salon by coming in and getting your hair done. We have both myself and Deanna available to take clients when we're allowed to, and we'll make sure that we take really good care of you as you've taken good care of us over the years. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you when this is all said and done, okay? Stay safe, everybody. Thank you. Bye.